Hello everyone, my name is Darian Ellis and I'm here with the Houston 100 presented by the Morning Report. Today my guest is Mr. Frank Trigg, owner of the CivilCam platform. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Please tell me about you and your business.
Sure, my name is Frank Trigg. I've been here in Houston, I guess going back to 2007, and I am the co-founder and developer of a platform called CivilCam. CivilCam is a safety application that has been created and developed for your own personal safety. So all you need is a smartphone, and you can download my application. And the essence of it is to create a personal safety network. So for single women, college students, anybody that may feel threatened or elderly, basically we created an application that gives you that protection while you're out and about. So again, as an example, if you're running, you know, my wife is an avid runner. One of my biggest fears is that she may get out there and, you know, be in a compromising situation or maybe in a situation that she doesn't feel comfortable. She can voice activate my application and my technology called CivilCam, and it will notify me and 5 other loved ones that she may be uncomfortable or in a compromising situation. So not only will we get that live stream and feed to my smartphone, it will also audio record and provide her GPS location. So if you think about it, it's a response application that can get anybody or our loved ones help sooner than later.
Okay, so I see your motivation was mostly about the safety and protection of loved ones.
It is.
And can you just elaborate more on that and just, you know, who, other than like your wife or, you know, elderly family members, how can, you know, just normal everyday day-to-day Americans use this app?
Sure. I know when we were creating the application, we went through a pretty robust process to identify those people who might be able to benefit from CivilCam most.
Right.
So I would think that any American citizen or anybody really globally that has a concern for their own personal safety or the safety of their loved ones could utilize CivilCam.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about why the market needed this app.
Sure, absolutely. You know, we got this idea along with my co-founder going back to 2016. During that time, we saw a lot of civil unrest. In the most recent times in 2020, we've seen that kind of come to an head. But I have 2 young African-American boys that I'm trying to raise. And so, you know, the purpose for this was to give them protection.
Yes.
You know, like many of us, especially being an African-American man, we've been pulled over by the police, we've been stopped. We'd like to think that we're doing the right thing, but Lord forbid something goes left or doesn't quite go as we anticipate.
Right.
CivilCam will allow that extra level of protection to at least let your loved ones and those who are in your personal guardian network know what's going on with you in that specific situation.
Right. Okay. So what's your goal for this app? Like, where do you see it in 5 years?
I see this app, you know, hopefully going viral, hopefully being in the hands of everyday American citizens, both young and old. My hope is that we get mass uptake on college campuses.
Yes.
And even in our own communities. I mean, I'm involved in several organizations where we mentor young men, young women, and I don't want to just mentor them. I really truly want to put my arms around them.
Nice.
And this application allows us to do that. Whether it's them standing on a bus stop waiting for the bus, or someone having to walk to school, or maybe a young man or a young woman that's in a situation where they may be bullied or just feel uncomfortable. In general, this application will bring some of that to light and hopefully, again, provide that extra level of protection.
Okay, so as an entrepreneur, and I know we have a lot of viewers who are going to be entrepreneurs, or you know, they have that great idea that they want to put into fruition. How did you start your business? What was the first thing you did?
Yeah, I think the first thing was just the thought that came to mind. And then taking that opportunity to sit down and really think about it and put some real conscious thought to it, and not knowing or not having all the skill sets I think I needed, because I'm not a technology person, I'm not a developer.
Right.
I went out to my personal network and identified those individuals who could help me.
Yes.
And then we went through several ideation meetings and went through a process on you know, how to develop this and what are those features that are most relevant and that the people need. And that's how we came up with it. But in terms of just advice,
Yeah.
if that's one of the things that you're
Yes, I
asking,
wanna know.
you know, it's grit and determination. There are going to be way more people that say no than yes, especially in the early stages when you're raising money, when you're trying to go out there and garner investment. You have to really believe in yourself, and you have to believe in what you're trying to create.
Right.
And you have to kind of take that, you know, attitude that it might be a no today, but it doesn't mean it'll be a no tomorrow. And you have to keep pushing and have to keep going hard, as they say.
So we talked about you know, finding those investors. How did you find those? I know that's probably one of the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs face.
Yeah, you know, raising capital for African American businesses is very different than
Different
some
how?
Yeah, well, it's different in the sense that, and this statistic applies to everyone. 99% of businesses fail.
Wow.
And that's just a known fact. And being an African American and an African American entrepreneur, sometimes raising those funds are just a little bit more difficult. You have to go through more scrutiny. For me personally, again, I went to my network and started to talk about, you know, who are the investors out there, who are the African American investors out there. We went to Afrotech, which is a
Nice.
technology conference that happens every year. Shout out to Afrotech.
Nice. That sounds exciting.
And you can meet investors there. I mean, they really provide the resources that you need as a startup technology company to potentially get your business off the ground. So just in short, to summarize things, you know, personal network, friends and family, you know, and then conferences and other opportunities to get out there and get your product known and kind of in the ecosystem.
Okay. So I want to switch to you and your personal life. I know a lot of successful business women get this question, but I like asking this to our successful men as well.
Okay.
How do you balance being this, you know, successful businessman, having this great business, but also your home life?
Yeah, it's tough. I'll be honest with you, but I have a very supportive wife.
Nice.
I have a supportive mother-in-law. Shout out to Grandma, and my two boys who understand that, you know, when Daddy goes to work, it's time to work, and I try
Right.
to absolutely make time when I have those moments to spend time with them and to give them my all. So it's definitely a balance. It's hard work. It's not
Yeah.
always easy, but having that support system really helps.
Okay. And so aside from the financial profits from being an entrepreneur, what else is the most rewarding aspect of being an entrepreneur?
One of the things that gets me up every morning, whether I've been an entrepreneur or in corporate America, but throughout my career, starting something from nothing
Right.
just really gets me going. It really excites me. Having an idea and actually taking that idea to market and actually being able to then commercialize it and generate revenue or income from that is
Right.
just one of the most rewarding feelings I can describe. It's
Nice.
very rewarding.
So again, thank you so much, Mr. Frank Trigg, for
Thank
joining
you.
me
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Please tell our audience where they can find you.
Yes, you can find us at www.civilcam.com, and we look forward to protecting you and your family.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. My name is Darian Ellis. Stay tuned.